Yo YouTube, what is up? And welcome to a VOD review that is gonna be legendary, at least for the people on the udyrmains Discord server. Let me elaborate. So this person, in-game name, VOD, I don't know, I'm sorry if I butcher that. He's a Vietnamese player, an UDYR player, and he is probably not known to you unless you frequent the udyrmains Discord server. This guy's name is UDYR on the udyrmains if you wanna hit him up and ask for some cooked builds. But basically, general consensus on the UDYR Discord server is that UDYR is the most delusional UDYR player on the entire server. Now this might sound like I'm just trying to cook the guy for zero reason. I'm really not. As a matter of fact, I have poured so... It's actually kind of hilarious now that I think about it. I have poured so much energy into countless irrelevant debates with this guy on whether crit is good on UDYR, lethality UDYR, aka he calls it pop tier, being better than bruiser UDYR in every shape or form, bruiser UDYR not being existent on the Vietnamese server, him being held down by his ping, his teammates, his builds being... Like, I had so many stupid conversations with this person that like it's actually kind of hilarious to think about it now. Now, UDYR primarily, I can't tell you if he's an AD UDYR player or an AP UDYR player. I think he's just a special ad UDYR player, to be honest. He just has the most random builds ever, right? And I'm just gonna say this straight up. Like, you can just look at these builds. He has the most random builds ever. Okay, he really does. And the thing that makes UDYR delusional from another random Emerald player that does random builds on UDYR is that the random Emerald player is gonna be aware. He's gonna be aware. He's not gonna be delusioned by the fact that what he builds is probably inappropriate for UDYR and is probably just for fun and is probably just a thing you just do for fun, okay? You don't go first strike crit UDYR to climb to master, okay? Let's be honest, you just don't. But in UDYR's opinion, everybody else is wrong. Nobody understands UDYR the way he does. He's the Terrence Howard. The Terrence Howard of UDYR, okay? He understands math better than any mathematician in history. He understands UDYR better than any UDYR player in history, despite his results lacking. Now, I could make a whole series on UDYR, okay? It was not easy to get the Vietnam account. Actually, it was easy. I was just hooking a homie up and he gave me an account, but it was not as easy as just making a Vietnam account to spectate these games. So I could do an entire case study on UDYR, okay? I'm already laughing just looking at it, but I don't want to... It's gonna come across as me being just the biggest asshole in the room, making fun of somebody who's just trying to... It is not like this, guys. The UDYR is probably the most wrong and most arrogant UDYR player I have ever seen in my entire life. And I'm not just saying this as a joke, okay? And just looking at these builds, it's gonna be apparent even for the lowest rank viewer watching this video right now that there is something sus here. We have a lot of inconsistent scores, right? One game he pops off, one game he gets popped, right? He has a lot of deaths. He dies an average of 7 times this UDYR, which is probably the highest we have seen so far in our VOD review series. He has... Oopsie. He has a lot of games. I didn't even know he plays that much ranked, to be honest, because he does play a lot of normal games. He has a lot of games, and he has really not great CS on average. Like, this is on the lower, and I think this might have been even the lowest CS per minute we have. So we have an UDYR player that doesn't farm, that doesn't build correctly, just from the OPGG, right? If we were just here to help him, if this would be like a coaching session, I just think this is more like an intervention than a VOD review where we learn something from this. This is more like us helping the most delusional UDYR player that I've ever met find the light, find the right path, right? So we have an UDYR player here who doesn't CS, right? Which means that he's probably playing more aggressive on the map, dies a lot, has sub-average KP, because having 9 kills and 6 assists is also one of the lowest in our series, despite him playing for fights and not for CS per minute. A bunch of games, meaning that this is consistent data. He played 245 games. Okay, this is not like a 30-game account or something. This is like his main diehard account. He has a good win rate, 57. It's not bad. Not good enough to get anywhere meaningful, but it's not bad if you just like look at it like this. He has a 51 win rate overall, meaning that he's pretty much stuck in his rank though. And yeah, this is a long ass intro, I know guys, but this is UDYR lore here. LV UDYR, say what you want about the guy, he is UDYR lore, even though it's not our brightest and most hopeful lore. He is part of the if there would be an UDYR wiki, he would be there as the most delusional. And this is not me taking shots, no, this is me taking shots at him. LV, you're fucking cooked, bro. Anyways, now, if you look at the gameplays, usually what I have been doing so far is either pick an AD UDYR game or an AP UDYR game. I think I'm not gonna do 2 games here, I'm not sure. But I don't even know where to start, guys. I don't even know where to start. This is like, do I pick a build where he has normal runes and crazy items? Or do I go for a game where he has crazy runes and normal items? Or do I go for a game where he goes 5 and 12? Or do I go for a game where he loses with a lot of kills? Which might be the best. I think since this guy is such a proponent of his quote-unquote pop tier, I think it would be an interesting approach to maybe look at 1 or even 2, because there's just a lot here, AD UDYR one-shot builds, maybe even these 2 here he just played, and do this for episode 1. Maybe we do an episode 2 on LV there, guys, if you want, where we could look at his AP games. You guys just let me know in the comments. This is probably gonna be very interesting, because LVD is the type of player that's gonna tell everybody that he is right and you are wrong, and he's gonna argue with you about the most random shit that is... He's gonna argue with you about water being wet before he accepts it. Like, he's not even gonna accept that he's wrong. So this is gonna be maybe a wake-up call for you, LVD, if you watch this video. I think it's very important that we do this VOD review, and without further ado, let's get into the game. I think we're gonna start with the 39 and 8 game where he goes crit, and I saw that he says he has a very bad team here. While the replay is downloaded, we could look at his setup here. So first of all, one thing I instantly want to say is, you never want to see this on any udyrmains match history. You have one game where bro goes Ghost, Smite, PTA, and Resolve Tree into AP items, right? This is one game. The next game, he goes Dark Harvest into Blue Tree, into crit items. And then the next game, he goes Inspiration Tree with First Strike into Blue Tree with Flash now, into crit item. Like, what? This is like the diary. This is the diary of a madman, right? Okay, let's go into the build. So, no, this is not the right game. Hold up. I can't talk about all the crazy builds he does, but let's just look at that. We literally have to look at every little component here because it's going to be important. So he rushes IE first, right? He gets 80, 80, 25 crit chance, 40 crit damage into attacks. So he's building like an ADC, quite literally. He's just building an ADC build here, right? Instead of rushing Collector, he goes IE first. He's just rushing, and he's literally going an ADC build here. He has Dark Harvest as a rune, which, in my opinion, is just straight up horrible. If you want to burst somebody, right, and he wants to one-shot people with one auto attack, I think you might as well just go Hail of Blades. I don't think that the Dark Harvest, the 100 damage you get from the proc, if even that, are gonna make a huge difference. Sudden Impact is the best out of this line if you want to go Lethality. Cheap Shot is better for repeating damage. Eyeball is fine, Relentless is fine, but I think with a build like this you want to snowball harder. I don't know if he can make use of the movement speed more than he can make use of gold that he's gonna farm off enemy champions making mistakes. Then his secondary rune page. See, this is where like I instantly have to say this is like bullshit. Okay, we have Absolute Focus, which gives you more ability power or AD when you are over 70% HP. Scaling with level, that's fine, right? He wants to probably bush cheese people, and that's why. But then you have Gathering Storm, a scaling rune on a melee champion with enchanter level base HP, meaning you're as squishy as a Janna in Lulu HP range, right? He doesn't build any HP. Scaling into late game with Teamfight, where he dies to a ZWEQ, right? Or a Seraph combo. He takes a rune that takes off the longer the game is. Even though a setup like this should scream, I want to end the game in under 25 minutes, right? Now, I'm actually surprised that he goes double Adapter Force into scaling HP, that's fine. And then I already see he doesn't put a point into R to clear. Oh boy, we are in for a freaking treat, everybody. We are in for a freaking treat. Oh my god. I don't know if I can even do 2 games in one session. Like, I literally don't even know if I'm mentally prepared for this. Now, this is the Vietnam client. I don't really know if there's shit that's different here when it comes to, like, the controls of the replay tool. So, first things first, let's just look at the matchup like a normal UDYR player would, okay? So we have Aatrox versus Set top lane. I think that's a pretty farmable lane if you want to play for yourself as Lethality UDYR, right? You can just go topside and farm Aatrox, one set stun into yours, he's basically instantly dead. He bursts a lot of HP, you can probably one-shot him. Now Diana is actually also not bad into like a one-shot AD UDYR playstyle because she is kind of a squishy melee champion, but so are you. Then we have... I assume that this is Lucksmith then? Hold up, let's see what they built. Yeah, this is fresh support. So this is Lucksmith then versus Zed. I don't think we care about this lane, right? There's just too much mobility on the Zed, and then there is... The setup from Lux is just not guaranteed the snare because you can dodge it with his W. Then we have Smolder and Thresh, which means we have... This is actually also a great lane to gank. I just don't know how great this lane is to gank as a full squishy UDYR because these two champions can actually hurt you a lot before you get into range. But you do have a super hard scaling ADC with a setup like support that can... Thresh can even lantern you into the fight, right? So even have Glacial here. So you have a lot of setup and a lot of damage on you, and then a late game security, right? So both top and mid are fine to gank here. Let's see what he starts with. So first strike, you already, and I'm not talking about the rune, I'm talking about the first strike. You start your stance and base. Horrible. You do not know what happens in the next minute. You do not know if you walk here, cover this, right? Nobody is here, and they invade your bot side. Now you don't have R for a fast topside clear into their jungle, right? You have no idea what's gonna happen in the next minute. That is the first strike right there. Now you just stand here AFK for fun. Again, UDYR's goal is to get level 4. I don't care what type of crazy build you're doing, what type of crazy shit you're doing. UDYR is designed to hit level 4. That is where UDYR comes online, so to speak. So the fact that you're not covering your entrances, you don't tell your team to cover your entrances, and the fact that you stand here jerking off is horrible, right? This is not covering your entrances. The enemy team can walk in here, ward this, walk in here, Seraph, Edis, Bush, whatever. They have... You give them too much opportunities here. You should stand here. You should stand here and ping for a ward here. And whether these things happen doesn't matter, you still have to make the right calls as a jungler. Just right off the bat. Right off the bat, your game plan is to gank bot side. You start with Q, which, again, you don't put a point into R. This is already like, holy shit, you know? Why do you cripple yourself so much? You don't gain anything from not putting a point into R, by the way, guys. And you're not covering your entrances, and you are a quiet jungler too. You don't ping anything. You just sit there in the jungle like, whatever happens, happens, right? If the first minute is completely griefed and they get a million wards on you, which here's Zed gets a ward on you, because you're not covering anything, he can just solo walk up here and get the ward, right? And you can say, oh, but Lux, you're literally AFK here. You're literally AFK. Okay. So let's actually look at this. Let's actually look at this. So he starts hitting this around 130. He uses his passive. He kills it around 147. So killing this camp with your passive and your smite took you 17 seconds. I guarantee you, if you start on this with R, this takes you 10 seconds at best. Without smiting. If you smite, like, you don't even have to smite, right? So you're already losing time right now. Tempo. Okay. Now you don't have R for AoE camp that dies probably 8 seconds faster if you have R. 5 seconds faster, let's say. Now you walk awkwardly. You walk like this instead of walking like this, saving another second. And you guys might say, okay, that doesn't matter though, like, this is just a second. Right now he lost probably over 10 seconds already, just on his first clear. Now, I'm not great at clearing either. Now you use your Awaken Q. So that's, what is even going on here? You use your Awaken Q on an AoE camp. What do you benefit from not having a point into R right now? Nothing. Oh, you're full HP on Raptors where nobody would ever invade you? Great. Now you're kiting this out, it resets, unlucky. Right? Let me, like, I have to approach this game from a perspective that this is, like, very low elo. Because, like, I don't know how Vietnam functions in Emerald, I have no idea. But let me just say this. You are so quiet as a jungler. You have not pinged once this entire... You have not pinged for a ward. You have not pinged that Diana might start on the AoE clear side with her AoE abilities. You have not given any information to your team. Zero. So far, it's like you just went full mute and disabled pings. Now, if you just ping this side of the jungle, assuming, right? We're just assuming. You have no vision, you can just assume, okay, Diana is most likely starting on the side where she can use her AoEs, right? Her passive, her Q, her W. Right? Just ping the side. Lux already has info. Whether Lux plays for this info or not is irrelevant to what you do. Right? You are doing the right thing, whether your team does is irrelevant. You can't control that. So maybe if you ping this, Lux would... Okay, Lux doesn't take anything here, but if this gank went south, this is low elo, she dies or she loses both her sums here. So keep that in mind. You keep clearing. Now you have 2 points in Q. A normal UDYR would be almost... Like, a normal UDYR would be done with Gromp right now, and he would be on blue buff right now. So, just saying. You fuck up mechanically, might be ping, I don't know. Now you don't go Gromp first, which is gonna slow down your next clear rotation when all your camps respawn. That means that Gromp is gonna spawn now however long it takes you to clear this, let's say 8 seconds, 9 seconds plus, let's just say 10 seconds, right? Gromp is gonna spawn 10 seconds later, meaning when you do your next clear, right, where you do red buff, or I mean, where you do Krugs, chickens, wolves into Gromp, Gromp might not spawn for 10 seconds here, while there is a play where you would have killed Gromp in the first 10 seconds, you get your XP, your gold, and you can attend the play without skipping your Gromp. Just keep that in mind. Just logically speaking. Again, very, very quiet jungler. Doesn't ping anything. So we are now 3:30. 3:39. The crab has been up for 9 seconds now, meaning that wherever Diana is, she's gonna get the crab. Like, if this is a decent Diana, she would have been full cleared already and the crab would be dead and she would look for a gank right now, right? Just keep that in mind. Like, because LVD is the type of player that says, this thing doesn't work on my server. I can't play optimized UDYR on my server. Right now, if you were optimized UDYR, you would shit on Diana already. Right? Be it she is here or here, you would be done with your clear already, you would be done with crab right now, and you would be looking at either ganking bot lane, ganking mid lane, looking for topside crab counter because Diana is playing like a pig and she's still on Gromp, right? You would have a million options. But not only is your build garbage and your setup garbage, but you also misplay mechanically a little bit on the clear. Fine. We do a very, very, very late crab. Now, the only benefit you can say is, okay, my Q has 2 points in it, I would technically deal more damage with my Q, which is also bullshit if you think about it, because you would have 1 point into your R, right? Your ability scale would level your awakens, which means that you would not only have 2 damage options for your gank, that scales with level because you can awaken both of them into your level 4, but also you just lose the base R damage, and the slow, meaning you're probably going to miss out on auto attacks. So here you can gank bot lane. I think that is okay. Your chickens are not spawning anyways. Resetting wouldn't do much here. You could check for enemy chickens though if you play like that, but you don't. Replay was a little bit funky here, I'm not gonna lie. So this is a very, very slow gank. You get the kill here. Great. So there's like a lot to dissect here with this play. You had to burn flash for a kill, which is okay. I don't even say that's a bad thing, right? You are very late on the map, which might have confused the enemy champions, which isn't like a good thing necessarily. This is not going to work against good players. This is just going to work against people who are confused to begin with. And your clear speed is going to be slower now. But you got a kill. That's good. You had to burn flash for it, but it's okay. Now you are in a position where you're checking, like you see Diana is topside, you know that she started bot side now automatically. If Diana is topside right now without items, 28 CS, she must have cleared from bot to topside. She must have cleared from bot to topside. There is no other way. So that means that you checking whether her chickens are up or not costs you nothing. You check the chickens, good. You do them uber slow. Again, just visualize in your head how many seconds he is behind of doing this right now. In general. He gets the back now. I don't know if he has pinged a single time this game. He has for the gank, where he flashed and solo killed. Okay. Here you want to look basically at a full clear. You're walking towards mid. So this is bad in my opinion. This is bad unless you think that you can play around mid lane here for something. Because unless, like, here's the deal guys. Here's the deal. If you want to play chickens and skip your Crux, the only time you would ever do this on UDYR is if you think you can clear the chickens and be closer to a play on mid lane. That is the condition. Right now, his map looks like this. Where's Diana? He doesn't know, he's not tracking. Where is... whatever, he doesn't know. Where's the vision? He has no idea. This is his vision right now. Right, so he gets this. Keep in mind, he's like extremely offset of a normal clear right now, meaning by the time he finishes his topside, her topside is gonna spawn. And since he is going for such an aggressive build, what I would want to see here, instead of him going to Crux right now, right, is actually walk. Well, what I would have done is I would have went Crux, check Grump, check wolves, chickens, do my wolves, do Grump, dragon or gank. Right? Because Diana's gonna be topside by then and probably do grubs. That's what I would have done here. But what I hope he's gonna do is he's gonna do chickens and then walk into her jungle, because you have isolation Q on somebody right now with hold up, guys. You have isolation Q on somebody right now with a BF sword, right? So going to your Cruxy is troll, quite honestly. You deny to her level 5 by taking her chickens, right? She has a few options here. Again, she can gank bot lane, she can just try to sneak a dragon. She shouldn't gank bot lane here because it's shoved in, right? So most likely you can intercept her on this camp and fight. Realistically, you have the items, you deny to her level 5, you would get level 5 from one more camp, there we go. You get your level 5, you would have gotten level 5 from here, and you could fight her level 5 here with your BF sword, since you are playing for a build like that. What do? You go for a gank, Aatrox is gifting to you. Now, if you play against a good player, you don't even get the kill here. Which is crazy, because with PTA you would kill here, by the way. You would get the PTA proc, the PTA damage amp, and the coup on your lightning strikes, which would execute, basically, with coup. So you literally miss damage here. Bad setup. Now you walk grubs. There's the outside in rule. You should always take her camps first before doing grubs. Think about it like this. She's gonna hit level 5 from this. You take these two camps, you hit level 6. You're on these grubs, you potentially get level 6.5. What you do here right now is you do grubs instantly. Even though we know that they're on this, you can just press, like, look, if I'm in his shoes right now, I press, for me it's F4, but for you guys it's F5, right? See what my support is doing. I have my cam here. Their support is not here for no reason. Xerath wouldn't stand here if they are not doing something here or here. So that tells me that I can just walk in here and take the camps. Make myself way stronger than Diana. Instead, you're wasting your tempo on this when you don't even have a point into R. That means that you're gonna do this, like, this is gonna take you a while to do. So you Q2 when the grubs are up, meaning you are now wasting more seconds on this. Right? And you smite it. So if somebody... So look, here's the thing where this is a twofold dogshit play. And I can explain it. If your way of thinking is Diana is on topside right now, and that's why I'm not taking her topside camps, because I don't have time to take her camp, she's gonna contest it, then you would not go here and smite the first scrub without seeing Diana walking here, right? You would keep your passive potentially even, and you would just do the grubs manually without any passive or smite, right? So you can save your passive for the fight on Diana, or you can save your passive to smite one of the grubs, right? With Q. The thing where it's twofold bad is that he also doesn't look for the camps, even though he has vision on the fucking fight here. He has vision on Diana. Even if he just presses tab, he knows that Diana is there. So this is like a huge wasted opportunity. Like, imagine this. Imagine by Johnny Lennon, he takes wolves, he takes Grump, he takes Crab, they are still fighting, Diana is flipping some random ass fight, he's now level 6.5 after Crab, he takes these two camps, he might hit level 7, Diana walks top like a dog, has no camps, is level 5, has shit items, you have BF sword, and you just fight her on grubs and kill her. You know how much you make, how big you make the gap between you and Diana at this point, just with this play. If you go AFK fam for the next 5 minutes, you are still gonna be 10 kilometers ahead of Diana. Does it extremely slow? Excuse me guys, somebody followed. Thank you so much for the follow, whoever followed. I'm not even streaming anymore. Giga chat. So now Diana is dead. Let's see. I tell you Diana is either walking to chickens right now or red buff, or she's walking topside. If she's walking bot side, she's a troll. Let's see. So she is panicking. She walks topside for a second. Now she walks bot side. She still can take the topside camps. And you know why this works? The fat fingers is passive here. You know why this works? By the way, this is a very bad fat finger you did here, because you don't know if Diana walks to her bot side right now. You have no idea. For all you know, Diana panics and walks topside to check her camps because she just heard that she did grubs in your topside, right? A good jungler. After back. Now, you wouldn't have passive to fight her here, but I don't know if you would necessarily die against her because she's playing extremely low tempo. Now, think about it like this, guys. Think about it like this. In all reality, if LVD plays against a good jungler, a decent jungler, right, he would not get these camps. He would probably not even get his own 2 camps anymore, right? Because the enemy jungler would path correctly and take both camps. He would walk here, maybe fight LVD, but he knows he just did this, whatever, right? Maybe she gives you too much benefit of a doubt and think you actually took these camps already, but you don't know this, you clearly don't play for it. So now you're completely off tempo. Also keep in mind, guys, if he would have done topside first, he would have been higher level, more damage, and killed these faster than this. Meaning he would have less of a time waste, more efficient back, and if Diana was a good jungler and tried to punish him for taking grubs and take his bot side camps, he would be here with item back. Again, time, efficiency. And this is what I see with so many players, by the way, in this elo bracket. Or like so many players that send screenshots and say, my team bad. Now he doesn't even check wolves. He doesn't even check wolves. He looks for the gank, which is a flip play. You don't have flash. It's a Z with W up and ult. Okay. If this gank works, Z is bad and you are bad, but you get benefit. It's like 2 idiots colliding and one of them wins the collision. You don't get anything. Now, you wasted time not taking her wolves. Now I want to open up another door for you guys mentally. He didn't take wolves as soon as he could have in Grump before taking topside, right? By the time Diana does this gank now, you would get another topside from her if you're in this area. Because it would have been respawned because she plays so incredibly inefficient. It's minute 7.4 and she is level 5. You would be looking at level 7 to 8 right now. If you take her second topside, then go back, then do a clean full clear topside, you would be level 9. And she would maybe hit level 6 from the respawns on board. Which you could have, even if you want to be an asshole, walk bot side and fight her with your level and item advantage. So just horrible pathing so far. Horrible map understanding. This has nothing to do with your build even at this point. It's just like you don't even understand what you are and aren't allowed to do. And a lot of this comes from you don't watch your own replays. And if you do, you don't do it tidily enough. Now you see that her blue buff is spawning. This is gonna be a collision. We know that, right? She is not ganking right now. And she cleared her bot side. We can just deduct that since she hasn't been ganking and that we have been topside taking her grump, that she has nothing to do right now except either taking her bot side, ganking some random lane, right, which we don't know, or just walking topside in full clearing as Diana. She's now level 6. Now, keeping this in mind, you just waste your passive on blue buff. If Diana, like you have, I know right now, just from watching your gameplay, you have no idea where Diana is right now. Mentally, you can assume that she's here, but you just probably saw that blue buff is spawning on your map with a little yellow indicator and walked here. So you have no idea if she's here. You have no idea what items she has right now because she didn't show. You have no idea if she is level 6 or not. You're just doing something blindly. Now, the reason why I can instantly tell you that is the truth is because, unless you're just blind, I can see from here that Z is low HP, top lane is low HP, right? Lux probably pinged Z ult or something. He didn't. Okay, fair enough. But you could just tap. Oh, damn, my mid laner is shoved in, he's 1 HP. My top laner is shoved in, he is half HP. Even if they move, I would probably kill 2 people before I die. Right? Type of mindset. You play an aggressive build, you have to push your lead. You play a purely AD build with no utility, with no nothing, with no scaling capabilities. You have to do a play here. And the reason why I can tell you that LVD has no idea that Diana is on her top side right now, and that's why he used this Q2 and he just walked here like a dog following a treat, is because he saw the little yellow indicator, he walked here, he instantly blew his passive on this, So he doesn't know if Diana is in here trying to fight him, if Diana is here right now. And then after that, after he finishes the blue buff, let's slow this down actually. Right? He's walking here in the bush, that's fine. Even though your passive is 14 seconds, aka I would say if you EQQ, it would be like maybe 3 seconds in total, 4 seconds his passive. He doesn't stand in the bush cheesing Diana with a bush cheese build. That is how you know that he has no clue where Diana is right now. Just from that, right? Now he sees her and he runs. Lux kills mid lane, so... Again, you are playing you're playing reactive in the worst way possible. In the worst way. You see that you're not tracking Diana, right? You see Diana here, you run away, you don't even know what is going on the map right now. You don't know that Zed is like 1 HP, top lane is 1 HP, right? You don't even see this. You don't take this opportunity to fight her here, right? And then you walk topside where there's nothing. You see Diana is walking here, trying to kill your Lux, and you just reactively ping on your way. Because you think, oh my god, my Lux is gonna die, I have to walk here. Right? Because you don't have a game plan. You don't even know where you're walking right now. Okay. There's not too much to learn. I guarantee you that most people who actually try to adapt things that other high elo UDYR players do, maybe that I do, into their gameplay, even in silver elo would say, could watch this VOD review and say this is bad. Right? Even if a silver player watches this, they would be like able to say this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Now he gets his IE here, minute 10. He gets it actually relatively early for the price. Now keep in mind, instead of IE, he could have Trinity Force right now. And instead of garbage runes, he could have PTA and real runes right now. He could have more HP, probably the same amount of damage, because he only has 25% crit and 80-80, meaning he's not even gonna be, since he is so squishy, he's not gonna be in the position to damage as much as he would be with a lot of HP utility, right? Because with HP utility, you are in positions more often where you can damage. You have the HP to tank damage and not instantly leave. Yabba dabba do. So, also his R, of course. Let's not talk about that. So despite that, keep in mind how horrible LV pathed this game, right? Keep in mind how horrible his CS this game, how horrible his setup is. He is still double the CS on Diana right now, which is good. But imagine he would play UDYR properly. How over this game would be. If he had the right setup, the right build. How over it would be. He would probably have another 30-40 CS on her right now. She would be probably still level 6 or 5. He would be already tankier. That's why I don't like to hear him say, oh, in my server this doesn't work. You're just not playing well. Everything works in your server. So, let's go back a little bit. Let's see LV's POV to understand what's going on. LV is doing his camp right now. He did chickens first, meaning he locks himself off of wolves for like... He basically just adds another 3 to 4 seconds to his pathing if he wants to full clear. Now he sees that Zed is base, Lux based. They're both gonna have waves to take care of here, and their mid lane and their top laner are gone. What is the first thing you would think here, guys? Type it in the comments right now, actually. What would you do in this situation? I can tell you what you should do. You should either full clear here, or do this, and while not even knowing if they are on this or not, because you don't have an opportunity to contest this in the first place, while your bot lane is shoving, you just spam ping dragon and do the dragon, especially with a build like this. This is the right thing. You do Crocs, you skip this, you walk here, you take Drake, you take this, you take this, you take it back, or you look at situation on map. Let's see what he does. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if that's just buggy. So now he knows that they took it. Now he knows for sure. But again, if you're tracking, you know it even if they are not doing it, right? You know that there is an 80% chance that they are doing this just based on where is Z, where is top lane, and can my laners help me if I do a play here right now. Now, the fact that we know that their laners indeed were all on grubs together makes you standing here even more questionable. If you die here, that's 100% on you. Now, their team for some reason decides, hey, we are 3 people versus an UDYR and a Z who would have 2 seconds lag to this play are not gonna try to one-shot the UDYR that has 1.2k HP. Okay, fine. Now you ping Drake. You're already delayed by at least 12 to 15 seconds for this play, if not 20. Meaning you probably would have killed the dragon already by now if you just pathed correctly. You're skipping the dragon, you see a play bot side. Fair. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with helping your bot here, but there is like the simple fact that you see that Jhin is this HP and SMURF is standing here and your team is full HP would make me think, hey, I'm just gonna start the dragon. Whatever happens down here, even if Diana walks down here, Most Mortar still has heal, I just start the dragon. Like, even if Diana comes here and I have to help them, I have enough time, they are full HP. Right? He starts the dragon. Which is not bad, it's not too late. He's scared of Diana. She flashes over. Actually, I kind of want to see this a little bit better. So first of all, LV, if you fucking tell me I couldn't play crit Soraka on your server, you're a fucking liar. This Diana just flashed over the map, into the pit without smite. If you tell me Bruiser UDYR doesn't work on the server because your server is so different, you're a liar because Soraka crit to jungle would work here. A great Soraka crit game. Diana is going to flash into pit with bot lane having prio and her Jhin being in base without smite. Okay. Keep that in mind next time you say Bruiser UDYR doesn't work on your server, because that is ridiculous. Now you look for her camps, that's good. You're gonna do them uber slow because you don't have R and you don't have any Sheen procs or anything, but it's fine. You're scared, you don't understand timers again. Like, let's just look at it realistically. Diana is dead for 8 seconds. Diana is dead for 5 seconds. Diana is dead for 4 seconds. Diana is dead for 1 second. Diana is alive now. Now, from base to here, it's gonna take Diana another 8 to 10, 12 seconds. Now she's standing in base too. Realistically, Diana would be here right now. If she just instantly walked. She would be here. What makes you think that you have to check this push right now? You see bot lane, Zed just backed, and Diana realistically would be here. If she walked instantly. You're wasting time. You just don't understand tracking, you don't understand timers. Look how long it takes Diana to walk here still. Even if Diana would, even if you... That is like the whatever. That's the issue. You just don't understand these core principles. Diana wouldn't be here even if she instantly ran. Even with tier 2 boots, she wouldn't be here yet. And the fact that you don't just instantly finish this and wait here after you do this is already a mistake. Even though you might be in a position to do something now, you're already griefing. And like, look at this. You actually just... I don't even know if she didn't see you here. She probably did, actually. She literally just did see you. By the way. Unless I'm tripping. I think we saw Woody there. No, we didn't, actually. Well, I guess I'm tripping on this play at least. Now, realistically speaking though, I'm making like a huge point about like just seeing you here. But if you would play even in EOS silver, the jungler probably wouldn't even walk here anymore, because it would just assume that you took this, right? Because you had the opportunity. But you're gonna get a free kill here. Which you would have probably... Which, the funny thing about watching this fight at normal speed, by the way, is... And guys, I know I'm like criticizing a lot, but this is a person you have to criticize a lot. He is the type of player who would tell a new UDYR player to go crit first strike is better than Bruiser, because Bruiser is bad. Tell me, if he had Trinity Force right now, he wouldn't kill this faster with PTA and normal runes. Tell me. Tell me he wouldn't kill this faster with PTA first strike normal proc. And attack speed and everything you get from Trinity Force. I mean first strike, she proc. Now, you just killed, right? Realistically, you just leave here. But maybe you can kill Jhin, I don't know. You walk into the Zeds, you probably die here, yeah. So realistically, this is not something I'm too mad about at Dio rank, because maybe this is a little bit hard to see in the heat of the moment, but realistically, you got more than you deserve here, and you walk here instantly. Try to ditch. But instead you walk to the crux, so you're gonna die. This is literally like... I don't know. I do not know. Okay, now Herald is spawn. You have a nice full clear from topside. You could even, in theory, contest Diana on Crab if you want to. Start with red buff. Again, mistake. You want to start Crux for your clear. You see Diana is bot lane right now because you have vision on her. I don't hate the gank. This gank is not bad. It fucks up because you have a dog shit build, honestly. It's actually kind of... there's actually something tilting to see an opportunity like this just go away for a build where you want to deal a lot of damage, but your build actually doesn't deal enough damage to kill this. If you had Sheen procs, you would kill. This was plus crit. This was plus Dark Harvest proc. If you... I mean, whatever. Whatever, dude. You don't kill here. Hopefully you invade her topside because you have eyes on Diana right now. You had eyes on Diana, I mean. She's dead. You don't invade her topside. Again, you don't understand your win con, SOD. You have nothing to lose taking her topside. She would walk back to topside, get fisted by you on blue buff if she wants to contest anything. Maybe lose HP, and then you have a so much preferable fight on Rift Herald that you actually want to fight. Like, at this point, Diana under-leveled with shit items would walk here after you took her entire topside, being probably another level on her, if not at least very close to level 11, and you would just auto-attack her twice here. She would be half HP, and like, how is she gonna contest this now? Right? This is the fight you want to take. Like, you want her to contest this after that. Okay. Diana is gonna fight you on this, I guess. Now, you have to understand, again, back timers and when champions are gonna be on the map. You saw that Aatrox went back, so you can always assume, Aatrox is gonna be here in such and such, right? You can like track the time like roughly in your head. You can say, oh, he's gonna be around this area right now. You taking this now puts you in a position to die. I don't know if you will die, but we will see. You're spotted by Diana. Unless they fuck up mechanically, you're dead here. Somehow they let you kill. Vietnam is crazy mechanical region, I guess you still die. If they played it correctly, you die there without killing anybody, by the way. I'm just saying. Like, you would literally die there without even killing anybody. Because your build doesn't deal damage, even though it's full damage. This is wild, man. Now, what could have been, put it in arcane words, you could have taken all this without dying, and you could have been full clearing your entire jungle right now. Right? You would make Diana useless by making yourself an absolute unkillable beast. But instead, you fuck up the entire timing and sequencing of everything. So now your entire jungle is up for like over a minute. Now you do one camp and you're probably gonna help. You do smite, you do 2 camps, you're trying to help. Okay. Your jungle is up, half of your jungle is up for now over 2 minutes. You do a herald here, they know that you are here, you gave away your position. Even though you had a pink ward here, knowing that they have no idea if you're here or not, knowing that you can play slow for your mid laner to rotate, knowing all these things, you scare them off by using heralds. Okay. We get a turret. Great, you would have gotten this turret plus kills for free. Now Vietnam shenanigans is going on. Barnamy type beat. Do you understand what is happening right now, LV? Do you understand that all these things that transpired right now are dependent on the enemy team making mistakes and not you making a good play? Right? You understand that if you play it slow in the bush here, right? Let your smolder walk up, let your team walk up here, right? Diana would look for something. She doesn't even know that anything is warded, right? Let them do a mistake. Like, look, she's walking up. If you play this slow, not only do you give your Lux time to walk here, you give them time to fuck up because you're on pink, but you know you're not on vision, right? You have a vision while standing in the bush because you have a better angle here, right? Oh, excuse me, that's their pink ward. It's their pink ward. But in any case, it doesn't even matter because despite all of this, you standing in this bush here and playing it smart and patient is the right play. You don't know if this is warded, right? You don't know if your team pinged this or anything. You don't know if your team lensed this. You have double lens spot sight, so there's a high chance that this is lensed already, right? You don't know this. But the right play is just to wait here. Wait and see. You know that Diana spots it because you saw her. You wait here. You give Lux time to move. You give them time to make a mistake. Then, this is the good play, okay? The outcome is going to be the same. But the outcome is only the same because you're playing against absolute picks. That's the only reason why the outcome is the same. If you play against Ear West Silver, you're going to get smoked here. Like a brisket. Like... No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not saying that Ear West Silver is that much better, but... You know, I'm just exaggerating. Now, everybody fucks up every ability this fight. Everybody fucks up everything this fight. Both teams are just playing like pigs here, and somehow you come out on top. Great. You try to drive Shelly into Jhin, whatever. And you die here. Okay, we have to look at this. Oof, LV, like... This is painful. Why is this replay tool so weird on the server? So... He's playing Eclipse Z. He most like... Okay, here's W in 3 seconds. I'm pretty sure you didn't track this. Knowing how little you track in the game in general, I'm pretty sure you don't even know if he has W. You probably don't even know if he has ult. You just walk up, you're hoping that he's gonna int into you. Which he did. Right? Which he did. What he did is just he stood still and stat checked you. Fine. You just die for fun. Dragon is up. Your jungle is up for 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or I don't know how many minutes your jungle has been up. Okay. We die for a flip fight with a dogshit build that can't kill anything even as fast as a build that would give you quadruple the tankiness and utility. Fine. Bruiser UD doesn't work on your server, I get it. Fine. Fine. Right? And as I said, I had UDYR gameplays where I literally said you played well, but you lost because AD UDYR. For the most part, right? Like we had like 2 gameplays like this already. So here you just do some shenanigans, you kill somebody with your team, you lose the dragon for 0 reason for an absolute garbage flip. I don't know why it always just goes into autocam. You push this. Now your jungle has unironically been probably up for like 7 minutes at this point. Which is very painful. And so is Diana's jungle. You take another flip fight. Like, I'm not even gonna go over this because you just entered here. There's nothing to discuss. It's just like you taking every random bad play that you see. Right? It's like the carrot and the pig. You're just chasing the carrot. Forever. You're never doing a play out of your own well-educated guesses. You just see a play and you attempt to play and instantly die. ADHD player. He dies. Fine. Right? His jungle has now been up for probably 10 minutes. This is so painful, bro. His jungle has been up for 10 minutes and he replaced his jungle clear with shit plays. Taking the wave here is fine. Your jungle has now been up for, like, you haven't done, let me just put it like this, you haven't done a full clear in over 10 minutes. You're now taking away, you're now making the economy of your team bad. It's nothing wrong if you're the solo carry, you full clear your jungle, and you greed for lanes. Like for waves on lanes, right? There's nothing wrong with this. But now what you do is, you don't full clear your jungle, right? The jungler has an item that gives you more golden XP per camp you farm, right? So if both junglers farm their jungle and all laners farm their lanes, this is the max XP and gold your team can have. Now what you do is you leave your jungle alive for over 10 minutes and you take away golden XP from your team. On top of all the shit that already happened. Okay. Taken. I'm not even gonna talk about this. You're inting. You have no tracking ability whatsoever, LV. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You have no idea what's even going on the map. You're just doing stuff. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I don't even think ADHD is the right diagnosis here. Must be something else. Must be a different diagnosis. Alright. We are finally killing all our camps. 12 minutes after they have spawned. They have lived a good life, guys. This is like organic here. Organic farming is what LV is doing. These camps lived a fulfilled life. Okay, you guys got a kill here. Now you went 1 for 2 in total. The map is not great. The dragon is spawning. You should probably just full clear, ping your team back and try to get an item for the dragon fight. Okay, now what are we doing? We're just chasing the carrot. Guys, tell me what diagnosis this is. You just one-shotted chickens because they lived so long. Their bones are so frail that they instantly exploded from a smite. Bruiser UDYR wouldn't work on the server, clearly. This Diana's skill and mechanics would just completely outplay the damage you gain and tankiness you gain from Bruiser UDYR. Of course. Okay. Now, keep in mind, what I just told you is absolutely true, right? You just take another flip on an objective. Instead of just taking your camps, pinging your team back, hey guys, don't end, we fight the dragon, you get another item and you fight dragon with item and level advantage, you just flip. Flip works, you just do shit and it works or it doesn't. Okay, Zed walks into you and dies. I guess you have to go crit on the server. Now dragon is up. You really try to get your Q2, Aatrox just lets you kill him. Again, keep in mind, if you play against, like, if your goal is to climb any elo in your 300 league ranked games per season, per split, I mean, you are wasting your time right now. This Aatrox lets you kill him because he is bad. Not because you did a right play or because you do anything, you punish his mistake. You're just... There's so many mistakes happening in the entire game, and you're just there in 1% of them. You tap 1% of the potential. Diana just flashed over the wall, she was just solo in pit. What is going on, guys? Like, I don't even... Like, this is like a horror movie, man. Diana's in the pit now. Keep in mind, she doesn't have any backup. She just hopped into the pit. She flashes out. They get the dragon. Nah, I just don't want to commentate that. Okay, this is in my opinion just a Nash angle. You want another fight, in my opinion, but let's see what you do here instead. You walk with your team, you walk up in queue again with 2 movement speed, expecting the Aatrox to just walk into you, closing the gap for you. So you're not even using your abilities correctly. So you kill Zed here with Flash at minute 26. I think this is worth, because this should open up a decent fight around Nash area right now for you. I think this is worth the Flash, because that is actually strong. But again, guys, keep in mind, if he had Trinity Force, DMP, Swifty's boots, he would probably just be in range to auto attack Zed there without, because of the mobility. Right, so, trash. Oh, bro, this is a fucking mess. So you walk up, you don't have Flash right now. You have no Smite up either. Why do you walk so weirdly, by the way? Why do you walk so weirdly, bro? Like, Udy is like having arthritis. Like, why are you walking like this? Parallel to... Like, why are you not walking into him? Hold up, guys. I need to see this again. Now, am I tripping here? I might be tripping. How in your head is the shortest way to Aatrox right now not this after he eat, but this? Homie is doing a fucking... This is Cars 3, guys. He's doing a race with Aatrox. Then he activates his mobility and uses his mobility to walk even further away from Aatrox. Okay. This is just like mechanics, and Udy has like 3 mechanics. Now he gets the stun. He does the Q auto attack. Q2. Q2. Aatrox just healed his entire HP bar on you. And the amount of resources you just spend on killing somebody who's inting is absurd, bro. It is worrisome. And again, I'm not gonna look at your teammates' mistakes, bro. We saw how Diana played this game. If you say my team is bad in this game, but you don't even punish Diana and Diana gets to play this game, then holy, you are delusional. Alright, I mean... Look, despite you playing horribly, game is not over. And you can see, like we have had other gameplays now, you can see LV is just the type of player who takes every fight and dies. Whether he wins or loses is solely dependent on how bad the enemy team plays. And that's why you have a 50% win rate, because you flip. You are a burger flipper, good sir. And I have no diagnosis for you. You have a psychological condition that has not been discovered yet. Fine. At this point, you just want to play for your strong laner, aka bot lane. I don't know what these Vietnam builds are. Trinity for the Warmorks. Into anti-heal. Into resistances. Okay. But you can play around him, he's strong. Everybody's putting bullshit on the server, it seems. Walking away from Smolder to get the wave, I don't think that's horrible. But then you have to let your team know, again, you're such a quiet player, you just don't ping anything. You just like socially awkward to ping or something. Ping your team. Hey guys, I'm gonna go topside here. Don't fucking int. Make yourself known. And again, like, again, bro. You're taking this fight in the hopes that Zed doesn't know how to just W here, ult you, give you a combo, ult back into his fucking form. You're trying to catch himself after he's like using his R shadow, and then he just like, you're just dead because you're never gonna auto attack him. Right? You're banking on that, which is fine. Or he just throws the W on you. I'm not even a Zed player, but I'm just saying. Zed just walked into you and died. And that is your win con. If the way you play and the way you build. And even then you could have done like a much better build. This build is obviously ineffective. Even at killing faster than a bruiser build. You get Dragon. We are finally full clearing again after 10 minutes of all the organic camps being up. You can tell they are organic by how fast they die. It's like really... that was big crit, I'm not gonna lie. So at this point, this auto attack, let's be honest. This auto attack is the first auto attack you did in your 30-minute game on a Diana that would die to bruiser damage too here, but okay. This is the first auto attack you did this game that out damages a bruiser build. Congratulations, bruiser would have needed 2 auto attacks and would have been even more useful, but at least you got the 1 auto attack off. Now you guys got Diana for free. I would let Smolder reset here. I would probably even ping him or tell him to reset. He's 2 HP. Never mind, he has Warmox, actually. Cracked Vietnam Smolder. Right? Now you know, first of all, you are not in a position where you can flank, bro. You might have flash, but you are not in a position where you should flank. If they turn on you, you are instantly dead, by the way. If this guy E's you and they use 1 ability on you, you are dead, by the way. Just so you know, even though you have the 700 HP shield, this is meaningless at minute 30. You are dead to an auto attack stun. So let's see what happens here. You're hovering. They'd see you. Now you gave away your flank. Now you completely grieved the fight because they gave away your position. Unless they're just inting. LV's win con, everybody. Hope the enemy team walks into me and dies. Now you abandon the fight. They could easily die here and lose the game. Okay, you're just a troll, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So, I like, guys, I'm like sweating watching this. I am not gonna lie. I'm sweating like a little pig. Let me just say this. It's still a 4v5. By the way, it's still a 4v5. Let's see if they just take the fight, the enemy team. You're still in the area. You have flash. You would be here right now. You would be flashed on him now. He would be stunned killed. Okay, so you let Diana win this team fight from her grave. Fine. You realize that, oh shit, there's a team fight and I have no tracking ability whatsoever. I don't even know what's going on the map. I flash E2 in, right, after my entire team gets fucking clean shaven. Buzz cut. No clipper. You flash and kill a support. And give shutdown to the ADC. Team diff, guys. This is not even like an UDYR VOD review at this point. This is just a what the fuck is... What are you thinking VOD review? Like, half of the time when I have a VOD review with somebody and they do something wrong, they do a play that's explainable, right? Like, let's say Peter. Peter, you are also an inter, but you're not on LV level. Peter does plays where, like, you can kind of understand. His top lane is getting ganked and he is doing his camp and then he's walking up, walking back, walking up, walking back, which is complete int, right? But you are doing plays that are unexplainable. It's like you're literally ChatGPT of League of Legends. I know, guys, this sounds like flame, but Listen, man. If you know LV, you know LV. I can't be the nice cop here. I have to be the bad cop. So, Set snatches your thingy. Let's see why you use passive here. Realistically, I mean, you are 1 HP Udyr. Oh, you got it actually. Never mind. You walk up. You don't use bushes at all. And then you E2 out. You know why you E2 out? Because you're not a bruiser. You are an assassin with no range. And now you wasted your most important cooldown. Because there is a chance that he hits his E and kills you in 2 abilities. There's a chance. So you have to use your passive. Great that you got 1 auto attack though that actually dealt more damage than bruiser. Congratulations. Now, okay, I want to kind of see what's happening here. So, by the way, I just want to say before we watch this last fight, the game is already, like, you are not even 20% of the game, bro. You're like 2%, because, like, the build you play. So, smolder dice here. You walk up in Q2. You're probably going to kill somebody here at least. Okay. Aatrox Flash, his biggest counter to Udyr, CC, and... Look at Aatrox also walking up. This guy heals a lot. That boy is tanky. Bro. What the fuck? No. It truly is popped here. Now look at this pop, guys. Boo! Oh my. This is so sad. Because it's fucking... I'm pretty sure... Hold up. This is so funny, bro. I don't know. I'm an asshole, guys. I know, but this is so funny. No, he didn't have lifeline anymore. This pop is just so fucking funny. Top tier, everybody. Oh god, LV. I don't think I can give you constructive criticism. I think this is just gonna be a roast review. I think this is just gonna be a case study, bro. I think we just made contact with aliens. Artificial intelligence is real. Okay, guys, enough jokes. LV, honestly, the biggest takeaway I can give you here is that you just play horribly. Like beyond your builds, okay? Beyond your builds, beyond your takes you have about whatever, right, on the Udyr server. Despite all of this, if I never seen this, I would have never thought you played that bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, almost all of the kills you have this game are not by you doing something well. That should... And I don't... This is like the biggest criticism I can give you. Because I know you're gonna think your builds are better. I know you're gonna think you can't play Bruiser Udyr on Vietnam for some magical reason. Even though these people play so suboptimal that if any player... If a diamond player that plays AD Udyr and Phoenix Udyr well would just get challenger here from what I just saw in Emerald, I'm not gonna lie. Despite all of this shit, you just don't understand, like, you just don't understand the fundamentals of the game. Your tracking is horrible, your communication is non-existent. It doesn't even exist. You pinged like 3 times this game. You know, it's fine to not ping every single play. But you ping nothing. You pinged like 3 times this game. You are not the leader. Your builds are garbage. Your runes are garbage. And you know, it shouldn't come as a surprise, to be honest. Because, like, you have some pretty wild takes on the Udyr server, guys. And I have to say again, before you think I'm just bashing a random Emerald player, LV is notorious for his horrible takes and his ego. He is notorious. If I am the nice cop this VOD review, I am not gonna even leave a dent in his ego, in his inflated ego. So I have to be harsh, okay? This was the worst VOD I have seen in, unironically, the worst UDYR VOD I've seen in years. All the kills you got this game, most of the KP you have accumulated come from the enemy team playing bad and you playing bad, but being in a position to take advantage of them playing bad. None of the things you did this game are sprouting out of good decision making or understanding of the game. Zero. Zero. On top of this, the build you are building is a joke. It's a joke. You had one auto attack this entire game that would have outdamaged a bruiser auto attack in my opinion. On a champion that is, not on a camp. On a camp you're still slower clearing than a bruiser because you have almost 0 attack speed beyond your boots. You have no CDR. You have no you don't even have CDR in your runes. Your last item had CDR. Man, I don't know what to make of this, guys. You guys can let me know if I was too harsh in the comments. Tell me if you want to see an episode 2 on the most delusional UDYR player that I've ever witnessed. LV, you really are. I'm not just clickbaiting at this point. This is just reality. You're the most delusional UDYR player I've ever seen. If you guys want an episode 2 on this, feel free to. If you guys think I was too harsh, let me know. If you guys think I was right, you can also leave a comment, and subscribing, liking, very much appreciated. If you guys want me to VOD review you, and if you want to show me that you're better than LV UDYR, you can join my Discord, link in the description down below, and post your summoner ID and server in the VOD channel. Anyways, guys, see you guys on the next one. Peace.